Morning. Hundreds of miners preparing not to go underground, but to leave the mine compound. First evidence the Black Miners Union correctly gauged the strength of feeling against the companies. The mining houses had insisted a mass exodus could not be achieved because their wage settlement was fair and widely welcomed. Certainly the union will be pleased with the level of support at this mine. A large number of men apparently refusing to work, and significant numbers obeying the union instruction not merely to strike, but also to go home. Through the day, minibuses were loaded for long journeys back to South Africa's tribal homelands, where the men's families must live, or to neighbouring countries from which South Africa draws many of its miners. Men like Enslin Katala, 10 years on the mines.
We are waiting to go.
Where are you going?
Lesotho.
To Lesotho?
Yeah.
How many men from the mine do you think will be going home?
Most.
The mine's private security staff patrolled close by to prevent intimidation of non-strikers, say the management, to intimidate strikers, says the union. The union leader, Cyril Ramaphosa, took to the air to assess the wider effectiveness of his members' action. He says he ordered miners home to reduce clashes with security forces, already reported as the strike gets underway.
The strike is well supported. The mines have been shut down. The workers are disciplined, and they are continuing with their strike in a very dignified fashion.
Today, mine trains were still carrying some ore containing gold away from the mines for processing, but the companies now accept they face production losses.
We have extensive support for the strike on our gold mines. It's not 100%, but in all the regions where we operate, there is extensive support for the strike.
Already, many strikers are exultant. They sense victory, but the employers won't lightly concede so significant a strike. And the latest message from the government is clear. If unions seem to have too much power, the law will be tightened to redress the balance. This is James Robbins for the 9 o'clock news in Johannesburg.
There are more than 500,000 black miners in South Africa. The vast majority of them are migrant workers, travelling hundreds, often thousands of miles from their homes and families to find work down the mines. They come from all over the region, from the tribal homelands within South Africa, and from bordering countries like Malawi and Botswana. They have three main demands. They want 30 days paid leave for every worker. At the moment, some of them can't afford to go home for up to 2 years. They also want more money. They earn a third of a white miner's wages. They're demanding a 30% increase. And they want better working conditions. Every year, 800 black miners die in accidents down the mines. They're determined to fight, even though they have everything to lose.
But if they do go home, and if this strike is protracted, then certainly many of them could be facing real starvation. This is the only wage that they have. They have nothing else to live on, and many of them were living on a subsistence wage anyway.
Gold is the lifeblood of the South African economy. Last year, in the non-communist world, 1,300 tons of gold were produced. South Africa mined just over half that, worth £6 billion. Experts say that although the dispute is aimed at the very heart of South Africa's economy, it's unlikely to have an effect for some months because the government and mining companies have large stockpiles of gold.